Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 41 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. So I've been running an arcane boar for a little bit now and it's a great tool. I love it. But I'm just having a problem. It's not quite as fast as I want it to be. Like, look at how much it's cleared out. It's done actually a really good job. Just the problem is that, you know, with the self-repair thing going on, with the Ars Magic thing, it's just too slow. And I was going to repair it with some of the liquid experience I've got, but it seems like the tool is just too powerful to be repaired. So, it's just tricky. So I'm trying to come up with a better solution. So what I think I'm going to start doing is, I was going to do a little something more with this one, but it's just, I think I want something better. I think I want to kick it up. I want to go a little bit nuts. I want to build a World Eater. That's right. It's time to build the most powerful mining machine that I believe is possible. It's very expandable, it's very strong, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's a big, large project, though. It takes a while to build. It's not something you can just like put down in the world and have it start chewing up. You're going to have to put a little bit of work into this one. But in the end, it's going to be very cool. So let's get started building some of the stuff that we're going to have to do in order to get this thing running. I'll be back in a moment when I've got some materials. Alright guys, now typically what I would do in a case like this is build a Mistcraft age, but we haven't really gotten into Mistcraft yet, and I really want to get started on this project because I'm so excited about it, so I might start it here in the overworld, and then maybe even move it into the Mistcraft age later down the line, and that would be even more fun. So what I'm going to do is start off, one of the things I'm going to want to have in order to get started with this is a really nice and steady, reliable form of flight, almost like creative mode flight. Now I could go ahead and just switch into bat form, but there's no fun in that. What I want to do is start upgrading my power gear. So remember a couple episodes back, probably a long time ago, most of you have forgotten by now, I tried to make this stuff and realized, man, did I run out of resources really fast. So we're going to definitely want to do that. I might even need to upgrade my CESU or something along those lines to something more powerful, but I'm going to start upgrading my power gear. What I'm going to do is craft all the stuff off camera that I need, and then I'll come back to install it into my gear and see how well the batteries are holding out, and if they're holding out well enough, then I can use it to start building what I want to build here. So let's get started crafting up and upgrading my power gear. I might even get myself a pair of boots. Yeah, that would be cool. Let me tell you guys, this was a lot of work. Boy, oh boy, was that a lot of stuff I had to make. Nuts how much stuff went into making the 4 ion thrusters. But, good news now, I can install those into my armor to get a jetpack. Nice. So let's see here. I've got 4 ion thrusters, and we're good to go. Look at that. So the jetpack is installed, and I can set the amount of thrust I want to have. So now, what I should have is a nice form of flight. Oh yeah, look at that. Awesome. Cool. You know what else I'm going to need is probably the helmet and the boots. So why don't I get those crafted as well? And in the meantime, I'll kind of find an armor stand for you guys. This stuff all can go in here, right? Sure, why not? So the next thing we're going to make is flight control. This is going to help you fly better. So we're going to need a control circuit. Luckily, this one's not nearly as complicated to make. I'm going to go with the thermal expansion recipe just because I have more thermal expansion stuff as it is. What just happened there? Did my inventory just do weird things, or is it me? Okay, let's try that again. Control circuit. Go. There we go. Nice. So this will, if installed in your helmet, flight control install. Nice. Verticality of Y-look ratio. I'm going to set that to 0. Cool. So what this means is that it's more of a creative mode flight. Pretty nice, right? Now with verticality, what that does is see how I'm looking down and I'm not going down? If I set that to, for example, 100%, and you can set the percentage that this is, when you look down, you'll go down. And when you look up, you'll go up, depending on how you like it. I personally don't like the verticality mode. I like to be able to go up and down by basically using the jump and the Z key. Space to go up, Z to go down. Cool. And I should change my keybinds in here. Let's see, K. So B is my flight mode, and G is my sprinting and running mode. That's what we're set to? Okay, so if I hit B, it should turn off my jetpack. So no longer flying, but if I come outside and hit B, now I'm flying again, hit B again, I'm not flying. Cool. I'm liking this. I'll take it. Alright, so we are getting some serious progress done with our quantum power suit. Let's see what other upgrades we might want. I think I've got G set to jumping and sprinting assist. So let's see. That's sprinting mode. Sprint assist off, much slower. Sprint assist on, a bit faster. And we'll speed this up as well. Cool. So the next module I'll install will go on my legs, and it'll be jump assist. And this is going to allow you to jump further. So now that should, let's see, that's jetpack. Sprint assist, jump assist off, sprint assist, jump assist on. Oh yeah, look at that. Really nice. Once you have it powered up as much as you can, it's a very strong jump ability. I like it. And I'm pretty sure I've already got the safe fall ability on these boots. So now we're talking. Oh yeah, these boots are awesome. Shock absorber? That's not actually installed. Huh, that's funny. Well, I should probably install it just to be safe, because you don't want to take any kind of fall damage, especially with the amount of jumping and running around we're going to be doing. So I don't think I need swim or uphill assist. Let's go ahead and install shock absorbers. We're going to need 2 more servo motors and 2 pieces of wool. That should not be too much of a problem. Servo motors weren't too bad to make, just need some pneumatic servos. And the solenoids are really like one of the more expensive things that you can make with this thing. It uses quite a bit of gold and iron. So I need to cook up some more gold into some more of that stuff. But wow, I love how fast I move with that thing. Nice. Alright, cool. So flight control will always have on, so I don't need a keybind for that. Let's get my gold here. Alright. We'll see how much trouble I can get into getting shock absorbers. Shouldn't be too bad. Just need 2 more of these. Nice. Okay. I actually need 1 more of them, actually. Yes. There we go. And then what do we have? I just need 2 pneumatic servos. We'll request them. Missing 3 glass. Oh boy. Alright, let's get some sand, and I'll be back in a minute once I cook it up. There we go, the 2 servos I need, and then I can just request a couple pieces of wool, and then we'll have shock absorbers in our boots. While I'm waiting for that, is there any other stuff I want to install here? So starting at the helmet, I could get like cool stuff like something that'll help me breathe underwater, automatically feed me, night vision. I don't think I need any of that stuff. An orometer, that'll help me see the thermic stuff. Does not give V usage discount. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. You can get a compass and a clock in your helmet. For this thing, let's see, glider, parachute. Dimensional tear generator sounds cool. It lets you jump between the nether and the overworld. I definitely want to get one of those eventually. It's not too expensive either. Camouflage is cool, makes you invisible. Magnet sucks in items. Cooling system, we might want that eventually. Mob repulsor sounds kind of neat. But, you know, there's just so many things to install on this armor. It's nuts. But I'm pretty excited with what I've got going on so far. So we'll get the shock absorber, and I think we'll be good. Jet boots are neat, but you don't really need them if you have the jet pack. It's kind of a weaker version of the jet pack, so I'm not going to worry about that. So install the shock absorber, 100% damage reduction from distance of fall. I think we'll be in good shape. So let's see. Total, we have a decent amount of weight on this thing. Cool. All right. I think we're in good shape, guys. We've got some nice armor. So we can run pretty quickly, jump really high, and jump into some jetpack flight whenever we want. And the nice thing about the jetpack flight is, like I said, it's creative mode. So it'll kind of, let you fly. That's if you have that upgrade on your goggles. Okay, and again, it's Z to go down and space to go up. Cool. Or just turn off the jetpack and you're off the ground. Ha! I love it. So in preparation for the mining system I'm about to make, I'm down in my power basement where I'm generating all my energy, and I'm filling up a hardened energy cell. Now this is going to be a temporary measure to demonstrate how this is going to work. Alright guys, I'm pretty excited for this build, like I said, and it's time to start working on it. So, first thing I want to make is the following items. I need a couple of picks. So let's make them. 4 to be exact. And to go along with those, I'm going to go ahead and create myself some mining wells. Now, if you guys have watched my series in the past, you've seen me come up with a bit of a crazy contraption. It's a little bit unique, I think. and it's very, very powerful. It's the mining well mining system. So here's a basic run through of how mining wells work. Now before I can really get into how these things work and what they do, I should probably go find a nice spot to call home. So where do I want to do this mining at? So right now we're in a Jade Cliffs biome, so that's not a terribly bad spot. I mean, we could kind of just, you know, head off in this direction with it. Does that sound like a nice idea? Yeah. See, this is why I like having this awesome design. Oh my, look at this giant wall. That's cool. All right. So we've got, oh, some extreme hills off in this direction too. I like the sound of that. Nice. The nice thing about extreme hills and Jade Cliffs is that you tend to get the emeralds. So don't worry, I'll probably come up with a neat emerald design in the future anyway, but, you know, the more we can get early on, the better. So maybe we should stay, like, nice and high up off the ground. I'm thinking I might not be too concerned about how high up off the ground I am. Like, this is just a really sharp cliff right here, though, so my plan is to be able to move these things forward, and I don't want to run into a wall. So let's see what I can come up with. It's all right. I think I can come up with a way to deal with that. So why don't we start maybe right around here somewhere. So let's get, where is my base? Did I kind of lose track of it? I may have. Okay. I'm around here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Just kind of flew past it a little bit. All right, so what I'm thinking is, it might not be a terrible idea to start up over here. So this looks like a nice spot. What I'm going to first grab is the angel block. I made one of those before, right? I haven't? Really? All right, well, let's go make one, because those are awesome. Jetpack off. So the angel block is really cool. I guess I haven't made one. I could have sworn I had, but maybe not. Extra utilities adds an angel block, 2 feathers, obsidian, and gold. Okay, sounds good. Obsidian and gold. That's not obsidian, that is. And 2 feathers. Cool. The angel block's very, very nice. Whenever you're going to be doing any kind of flying around and setting up of stuff, you're definitely going to want to have an angel block nearby for 2 reasons. First off, you can place it in midair. It's one of the only blocks in the game that I'm aware of that you can place in midair without placing it on another block. Just right click and it lands right in midair, pretty much right in front of you, you know, give or take a block or 2. The other thing is you can break it with 1 punch and it'll immediately break and go straight into your inventory. So you don't have to worry about it falling as long as you've managed to break it. So even from a long distance away, you can break it and it'll land right in your inventory there. So it's a nice, really cool way of doing things, okay? So let's get our angel block going. And to go along with this, I'm going to probably want to snag some stone or something like that. So how am I for stone? I've got a decent amount. I would rather stone bricks, so let's do this. That'll be good. And then what we can do is wait for it all to show up. And then your best bet is to just go ahead and place down one of your stone bricks, and then we're ready to start building. So I'm going to build up here, and like I said, we'll probably eventually, I don't know, this might be a little too close to my base. I kind of want to use up as much of the Jade Hills as I can, though, so yeah, not terrible. That's all right. Maybe I want to move up a little further away. You know what would be really nice right now is one of those magnet things. Alright, back in a moment. Let me go just a little further away from my base. So you know what, as it was getting dark out, I realized, you know what, I'm going to have to jump back and forth between my main base and this build quite often, so I would like a way to be able to teleport over there a little bit more quickly than normal. So why don't I build something to help me get back and forth a lot easier? Now, I could just go with a portal gun, but that sounds awfully boring. Let's look at what I've got going on down here. You're at 4%, huh? Why don't I snag you real quick? You come over here with me. I want to charge up this guy. We'll put him right over here, and hopefully that's enough that he'll be able to get charged and not have to get uncharged. What I want to have is like as fully charged of this thing as possible. So let's get the white beam thing going. You're there. Cool. And you, I'm going to just take this out of here because you're just using up all my energy, aren't you? Alright guys, so what I want to make is a gateway from Ars Magica. It's a really nifty way to get from point A to point B. So in order for this to work, though, we need to make ourselves a keystone receptacle. It's going to be any of the 4 types of bricks, 2 Vintium dust, 2 Eyes of Ender, and an Ender Essence, which requires 2 Eyes of Ender each. So what I'm going to eventually need is 2 of these. So I'm going to make 2 Ender Essence. So I'm going to need 4 Eye of Ender and 4 Ender Pearls. So let's get that going. So 4 Eye of Ender and 4 Ender Pearls. There, and that'll start cooking up the essence, the Ender Essence that we're going to need for this. Go ahead and start spinning, buddy. Let me know that you're working. There you go, cool. So let's put it together. I'm just going to need some Eyes of Ender, and we should now be able to craft, yes, 2 keystone receptacles. Nice. Now the keystone receptacle is your method to teleportation with Ars Magica. So let's clear out some terrain here. And yeah, no, using the wrong tool. I'm terrible. Oh, you know what else I'm going to need is some chiseled stone bricks, which I'm pretty sure I can just, yeah. 1, we're going to need 2 of these in the end, so might as well make 2 of them. Cool. There we go. Let's fill in some holes a little bit. Oh, you know what I'm used to being able to do and not doing right now is stepping up 1 block tall stuff. Don't worry, you can do that. 1, 2, 3. Now, this is definitely going to be filled in, and then we're going to have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we have stairs like so. And then right in the center goes the keystone receptacle. Nice. Not sure if this has to be open air or not, but you know what, we'll test it in a minute. And then meanwhile, I'm just going to do something like this to kind of cover up the whole thing. That doesn't look terrible, right? Hope not. You know what I don't think I need? I knew something looked off. Alright, that should do. So now the way this works is really pretty awesome. What we're going to do is steal our mana battery down here, which hopefully has enough of a charge at this point. Nice. You know what I might want to do is get another mana battery? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm coming up with ideas on how I can do some kind of magical energy teleportation just by moving mana batteries from point A to point B, but I don't know if there's any good way to read the data in them, but we'll see what we come up with. Alright, so for now, I should be able to just place the mana battery down, and hopefully he'll start feeding nearby machines, aka that guy. Feed. Activate. Make it so. Alright, maybe I have to link it with the crystal wrench thingy. Let's go get it. Come here, crystal wrench. And do I have that other thing in my inventory? Good. This will let me read the data values of energy stored. I definitely need those step up 1 block tall things. I got so used to it. So you power that guy, please. There we go. Now we're talking. Just want to get a little bit of juice in there. And you've got how much? You've got a lot. Nice. Is that enough for now? Let's get up to 1500 and then we're good. Come here, you. I'm going to go build the same exact thing over there, where I'm actually going to have the mining system set up. Alright, so same exact setup over here. We're going to place this guy down. We're going to put down the mana battery, so we can start charging up a little bit. Do your thing, would you? Nice. So now, what we should have is the ability for these 2 portals to be linked. All you have to do is right-click on that guy, and the portal opens. And ta-da! We're back at our main base. Ha! Awesome. Works like a charm. Sometimes there might be a little bit of load-in happening, or you might fall through the world a little bit, but that's not a big deal. And a little bit of a blip while you go through. But I mean, overall, that's pretty functional. I'll take that. Absolutely. Now, what's cool about these is you can craft an item called a keystone. And I'm not going to craft it now, because it's, well, not terribly expensive, but you need some stuff for it, right? But the keystone allows you to, if you can put 5 different runes inside the keystone, and it's just the runes that you use for Ars Magica stuff. And you can put 5 of them in there, and then insert the keystone into the receptacle right here by shift right clicking on it. You can see it'll go right in that slot. And then what you can do is, it's really cool, you can link it so that when you right click on this with another keystone in your hand with the same rune pattern, it'll only open to the portal that leads to. But since these are both not linked to anything, basically the way they work is they'll always link to each other because they don't have any links. Now if you built another gateway with no keystone lock key combination thing in it, it would be random which one it sent you to. Now it's using a little bit of this energy every time it transports us. Not too much. So like right now we've got 1435. I go through, I come back, and we should be at 1380. So not a huge amount, but the longer the distance, the larger the energy draw. So we're probably going to want to have some kind of energy creation system up here so that it can generate energy. I'll probably just wind up putting one of those light nexus things up here so it'll keep the charge on the keystone receptacle going. Nice. And this guy should have plenty of juice at this point. Yeah, he does. All right, I'm not going to worry about him for much longer. All right, so we are cruising. So now let's take a look at what we're going to do here. So basically what we've got is we've got mining wells. They're going to be doing all the work. So how's this work? Well, it's really pretty easy. What we're going to wind up with is we're going to have mining wells sitting here. The way they work is when they receive energy by way of hardened energy cell or any other kind of Minecraft jewels, they're going to immediately and instantly shoot down to the bottom of the earth and pretty much instantly. Not totally instantly, but pretty instantly based on how much power they're receiving. And spoiler alert, these energy cells, I'm not going to use a hardened energy cell, I'm going to use one that has a lot of power in it. And it's going to dump its contents into an adjacent chest. For this example, I'll throw it on through the blue ender chest here. It doesn't matter where you place it, as long as it's adjacent to the block here. And basically, we wind up with something like that. There it goes. So nice and quick, straight down to the bottom of the earth. We're getting a bunch of items filled up into the ender chest, which are instantly getting sorted. And you can see we just got some redstone and a bunch of cobble. And then when it's done, pretty much it's done. And it looks really good and it works really good. So let's go ahead and snag you. And we'll grab you. And that thing's pretty much doing what it's supposed to do. Cool. So that's the plan, okay? Now, what's cool about this, and let's be ready to jump down here and see, oh, I see lava down there. So we should be careful, because there is lava straight down there. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, all right, so careful of the lava, But otherwise, pretty cool stuff, right? Now, what we're going to have here is essentially a line of the stuff. So what we're going to do is have something like this, where it's going to have a mining well. So let's actually cut the power here for a minute. And we'll have mining wells all along the line. Now this will probably make a mess. See, items spew out everywhere. I cut the power, but I guess I didn't cut it fast enough. You know what? I bet the power resides inside the line there. So let's just let it make a mess. Go ahead, have fun. So you can see right now it's not moving terribly quickly because we're using only a hardened energy cell. He's only about able to output about 40 Minecraft joules because it's 10-to-1 ratio. So 400 RF is 40 Minecraft joules. It's not a huge amount. So he's moving a little bit slower than we want him to, but that's why we're not going to ultimately be using that thing. We're going to be using something a lot more powerful that can output a lot more energy. So that's the plan. Now the trick is, now this is really like the big trick of this, even though it's really cool and awesome, here's where things get tricky. Once we're done with this whole setup, we need to move it. That's right, we need to take this whole thing, we need to pick up our mining wells, which, boy, is taking an awfully long time with this pick. Not sure why this pick takes so long. Maybe something else would be faster, but yeah, we have to take these mining wells, break them, move them forward one block, and then replace them. But we're also going to have to carry along the energy, we're going to have to carry along the chest, and we're going to have to carry along everything else. Now, something else I'd like to test real quick is item ducts. I want to make sure that this is going to work for us too. So let's get some item ducts. Request. Successful. Just one. That's all I really need. Item duct. So we can pick this guy up now. And what I'll wind up testing is if it'll dump into an item duct in its default configuration, because there's a little bit of a problem that I'm aware of and are planning to fix already, hopefully. When you're building something this complicated, things get wonky. Trust me. Alright, so mining well can go here. Oh, you're not even going to hook up to the mining well? Well, that's interesting. You don't recognize the mining wells in inventory. Alright, that I was not prepared for. Gotcha. Alright, let me figure out what I'm going to have to do for this. Alright, I was going to try and do this with item ducts all piping into an ender chest, but what we might wind up having to do is separate ender chests on top of each mining well. That's probably what we're going to have to wind up doing. It'll be the most efficient method of running this thing, because item ducts obviously just aren't working. Now there's a couple other things that might work, but we're going to have to kind of play that by ear. I might try something else. We'll test this a couple different ways and see what kind of the best method is. But overall, this is what we're going to wind up with. A bunch of items flowing into our logistics pipes sorting system. Cool, right? All right, back in a moment. All right, guys, I'm back, and I've put together the following: a tesseract. Aha. Now, this is actually the tesseracts that I had transporting biofuel energy, or bioliquid stuff. So it's set up right now as the frequency for biomass. I'm going to change this. I'm going to set frequency 1 to be main power distribution. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to set this guy to ignore fluid, and you're going to wind up sending energy. Okay, so tesseract main power sending energy, right side is output at 2,000 redstone flux per tick, which should be equivalent to about 200 Minecraft joules per tick, which should hopefully be a pretty large amount of power for this thing to be accepting. Let's sleep through the night real quick here. There we go. And out here we go. So over here, let's see what it's going to look like when we decide to run, multiple of these things on a higher tier of power directly from tesseracts. And this will be the final test before we're ready to kind of build this thing out. So 1, 2, 3, 4 ought to be good. We bumped it out one further. We can go ahead and throw some redstone energies into there. And I happen to have 2 ender chests because I went and deconstructed my quarry. So now I've got 2 ender chests. We're going to need more, obviously. Okay, you are going to be set up to be on frequency 1, and you're going to receive energy. Go. Look how much faster that is. It's tearing through the ground. Nice. And stuff spewing out all over the place and making just generally a large mess, but that's okay, because you're doing exactly what I want you to do. Really rapidly burrowing through the earth. Awesome. So, yeah, I think we're ready to turn this thing on full blast. What do you guys think? Alright guys, before we wrap up here, I do want to put together one more component here. I want to make another solenoid. Cool. Oh, you know what I need? Yeah. Sorry. One more of these things can get through here, and that should be good. Nah, one more should be alright. You know, multiple people have asked how to do this thing where I'm putting items in inventories, a couple items at a time, and just scroll your mouse wheel. That's all you have to do. Mouse over the item and scroll the mouse wheel, and it'll do what it needs to do. Alright, so for that, we should be able to make 2 more servo motors now. Perfect. And I'll put away all my other stuff. Cool. Over here, I'm going to put on my legs the uphill step assist. Nice. Now, I should be able to step up 1 block tall items. Nice, yeah. See, that's what I was missing. It's funny, when I first got uphill step assist, I really didn't like it, but then I kind of got used to having it, and now I miss it when I don't have it. It's really a little bit weird. Alright, so recap the episode before we wrap up here, guys, because we have pretty much hit the wrapping up point. We've already got this guy set up and running. So we've got these guys running here. Everything's doing what we want it to do. I didn't think so. So I'm just going to knock off these power lines here for the time being. I don't think it's draining power. The mining wells should stop draining power once they aren't running anymore. So you can see here how much energy they can potentially drain, though. It's quite a bit if you really want them to go fast. But yeah, that's what we want them to do. We want them to go fast. We want them to burn through the ground. Now, what we'll be winding up with next episode is a system, and I'm kind of leaving it as a surprise for you guys. I don't want to spoil it, but we're going to have a system to move this entire structure for us. That's right. It's not going to be turtle-based. It's going to be something else. Something I'm pretty sure you've never seen before in a Direwolf 20 video. Brand new way of moving items and blocks. Some of you might be able to guess, and I'm sure you will, but we'll see next episode. Unfortunately, though, for now, we do have to wrap up the episode, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Let's Play series. We got a lot accomplished today, mostly prep work in preparation for what we're going to wind up working on next episode, which will be the automated mining system. The end result of which should be a bunch of these mining wells. We'll see, maybe 16 across or something, just to be nice and balanced with the numbers. And I should probably even space it out properly, like fully within a chunk. Hey, not bad. I'm actually right on the chunk boundary. That's cool. So if I were to space this out to a chunk row, that wouldn't be too hard to do. There we go. Straight across. Now, if we wind up having it moving this direction, which is the direction I decided I wanted to go. I know at the beginning of the episode I said I'd be winding up going that way. I think I'm going to go that way, and we'll see what we run into as we zip along. Cool. So yeah, what we're going to wind up with is automatically moving from point A to point B. Hopefully we'll also be set up so that we can teleport. Now the reason I went with the Ars Magica thing here is because lots of systems might have issue with their receiving end of a teleporter being moved. I'm pretty sure this is going to work out all right. I've already run into one problem and I have a solution to it, so you'll see that next episode. Man, I love just jumping through these portals. Isn't it fun? Do keep in mind you will have to keep them powered though on either end. If you don't have power in them, you won't reach the full destination, and once this thing starts moving, it'll be further away from the main base, so it's going to take more and more energy. So we will have to build some kind of passive power generation thing for Ars Magica on both ends. That's so much fun. All right, guys, Direwolf20 signing off. Like I said, hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next time to pretty much build a really nice mining system. All right, guys, take it easy.